mesmerizing, thickly lashed turquoise eyes. Innocent, fiery, stubborn as hell she was, and filled with so much life. "Can he trace the disappearance of the information back to you?" he asked carefully, hiding his concern. There were whispers, not really rumors or gossip, but lifted brows, warning looks, and a shadow of sympathy that certain citizens close to the Sorenson family were prone to give her. Those slight reactions indicated Amelia's father wasn't the doting, devoted dad he played in public. "Everything's already been moved to the new offices." She looked around slowly, her gaze lingering on the worn couch, then the wide walnut desk they'd made use of more than once since the move had begun several weeks before. "It won't be surprising that the file has come up missing, and it won't be the only one to have disappeared." She was slick, this one, but hell, that was something he had always known. Only in the past weeks had he begun to see just how controlled and ruthless she could be, though. Weeks. 6 weeks. It wasn't near enough time, he thought regretfully. Not nearly long enough to have amassed the memories he'd begun to realize he wanted with her. "You're taking a heavy risk, fairy girl," he growled, as he actually considered putting the file in the drawer where she had hidden it after the desk had been cleaned out. A little puff of air expelled from her lips at the accusation. "The evidence itself has been dumped, and other pieces burned," she informed him with a triumphant quirk of her lips. "All electronic backups were taken care of this afternoon." Her brow arched in mock curiosity. Too many hands moving too many things. It was really too bad those magnets were stacked on top of the PC, as well as his laptop. And of course, there was that magnetic stack confiscated when the sheriff busted that internet fraud group last year. Someone was just stupid enough to transport it along with his flash drives and SD cards. Her gaze glittered with fury. "I can't believe he'd try something so evil as to frame you and your cousins. As though you haven't been through enough hell. Those damned magnets have gone over the entire house, any possible hiding place, and every inch of his vehicle. I won't allow him to destroy an entire family with lies and suppositions." The smile she shot him was tight and mocking. "I've just been a busy little bee this week, Crowe, and every move I've made has been covered. No one would even guess that any of the information was deliberately destroyed." She shrugged. "None of it was important enough to risk allowing him to succeed in his plans against you and your cousins." Son of a bitch. She had actually found a way to erase the electronic files they feared he had, not just the originals, but also any hidden backups her father might possess. Pride flooded his chest. She'd done what he'd believed couldn't be done. She had found the evidence that Wayne Sorenson was building to prove what Crowe believed could not be proven, because it hadn't happened. Wayne was trying to bring him and his cousins to trial for the murders of 6 young women they had slept with 7 summers before. 6 innocent young women whose choice to sleep with a Callahan had resulted in their horrible rapes and tortured murders. "You're certain this is all that's left?" he asked, lifting the file. "I've looked everywhere I could think to look," she assured him, pushing slender, delicate fingers through her hair. She frowned thoughtfully. "His PC and laptop have been completely wiped. I've gone through every paper file myself and found nothing else. I've checked the house, the safe, this office, and every nook and cranny I could find. If there's another file out there, then he's far better at hiding it than I ever imagined." Taking a seat on her father's bare, scarred desk, Amelia stared up at Crowe, her gaze somber. "How did you find out about this file?" Shoving the folder and its contents into the small leather backpack he carried, Crowe narrowed his gaze on her, wondering what Amelia gained in betraying her father for the cursed Callahan cousins. "By accident," she admitted, her gaze now so innocent he almost felt like a pervert for all the things he'd done to her lush body in the past weeks. "I overheard him discussing it on the phone with Aspen County's attorney. He's still trying to tie Jamie Flanagan's murder to your cousin Rafe. He had to prove that Rafe knew she was considering a move to Aspen and leaving Corbin County to do it, though. He was building a case that Rafe had killed her out of jealousy." He nodded at his own deduction. "But none of us left the county that day, and we have witnesses." "Wayne's trying to find someone to prove you were in Aspen and that your witnesses are lying." She bit at her lip before thinning both angrily. He and Sheriff Dunmore was discussing how they could prove Thomas Jones was actually trying to help Jamie rather than being responsible for killing her. Thomas Jones had killed her. There was no doubt about it. Crowe, Logan, and Jamie's lover at the time, Rafer, had heard her screams and raced to her location.